I will be telling you guys is that they are spoilers. What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex, and you're watching the Road to TF5. This is Webster's We're talking about Transformers Last Night. This is episode number 141. We're going to start off with birthday shoutouts. They go out to Anthony Carey, Louis Almanza, and Sanal Haja. Happy birthday to all y'all. Hope you have a good one. Thank you for being part of the Ragin Nation. Now, in this episode, we are going to talk about Transformers Last Night around the world. And what that is referring to the marketing and promotion for Transformers Last Night in various parts of the world, specifically Brazil and Japan. And then afterwards, once we're done talking about that, we are going to follow up with some more details about the exclusive IMAX sneak peek that is happening on April 4th. That's going to be really exciting stuff. So let's just start off with something that I'd like to say, and that is, I'm jealous. I am officially jealous, and I am just raging with jealousy because we knew that the Superfan event took place and a lot of people got to experience all this cool stuff with regards to what's happening with Transformers Last Night. But Sabretron.com posted a photo gallery of all that took place. And after seeing those photos, I am officially jealous. Thank you, Sabretron.com, for doing this to me. Anyways, check this out. They went to Transformers the Ride. Here's the gift shop. This is cool to just be surrounded by all that fandom and memorabilia. And then here's ALLSPARK Pictures, a HASBRO company. Then they went to Paramount Pictures, taking a studio tour. They even got to see a beat-up Optimus Prime head and some Cybertronian glyphs. And then afterwards, they moved on to Bay Films, which is the office of Michael Bay's films, and also Platinum Dunes. You can see on the top there's a Frenzy statue there, as well as a Bumblebee head. And then they had dinner with Michael Bay. They got to chat with him for 90 minutes, and it was just so, I could just imagine, for me, something like that would be like a dream come true, to be able to experience all of that in one sitting. I would have been completely overwhelmed. And then it ended with the exclusive IMAX event, which we're going to be able to get a opportunity to check out. Well, not all of us, but some of us will be able to check that out on April 4th. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later on in this episode. Now, following that, let's move over to Brazil, and what's going on over there is Brazil's own toy fair happened, and what took place is something pretty awesome, because it's not something that completely extraordinary. After all, we've seen this sort of thing with New York Toy Fair, but there's some pretty good photos here, because this fan site, this Brazilian Transformers fan site, Transformers Dioramas, they actually posted some pretty sweet photos of the packaging. So what the photographer did, or what they did for the display, is that they took photos of the front of the packages. Let's start off with the turbo changers, and also the back of the packages. And I actually like looking at the packaging. For example, we got Squeaks, Bumblebee, and Steelbane. And this is our best look at the Steelbane packaging, because we've only seen him out of the box, and now this is a pretty clear image. It clearly shows that he's an Autobot, and then we get to see the back of the box. So we got Autobot Amigo, Courageous Scout, and Steelbane is a Knight of Cybertron. So let's see what else we have here. There's the back of the box, and then also let's look at Barricade, Dinobot Slash, and Dinobot Slug. The side of the box, I can't really see what Barricade says, but it says Stealth Warrior and Fiery Warrior. And then let's see, here's the back of the box, which we've already seen before. And then Drift, Berserker, and Slash. Let's see what it says on the back of the box. Master Swordsman, Raging Destroyer. And we already saw Dinobot Slash. Now let's move over to Japan. Japan's always got cool stuff going on. And over at Odaiba, which is a city district of Tokyo, they have this I wouldn't say like a theme park sort of thing, but it's like a theme complex. There's a theme shopping mall, a theme like eating, like a food court, and then a themed all types of stuff, okay? But I wouldn't call it a theme park. Anyways, at Mega Web, which is actually one of their buildings that they have over there, I've been there several times, they always show all kinds of new stuff. They're constantly promoting new stuff, and it's almost like an exhibition hall that's ongoing. And then what they have there is the Transformers event. And at the front, you see Optimus Prime as the Knight and Bumblebee statues. And what they have there is a little bit of an exhibition, like a very tiny one, which demonstrates their turbo changers. And it's a pretty big deal. At least Japan, the Japanese make these things out to be a pretty big deal, because they even have show times as to when they're like doing the demonstrations for the turbo changers. So it's a pretty big deal. Now, speaking of Japan, there is a really, really cool Japanese Twitter user, Higekuma Toy Toy, and what he does is that not only is he a blogger, but his Twitter account has a lot of really sweet images of toys that he acquired recently. And of course, one of those lines that he enjoys is Transformers. And most recently, what was released by Takara is, of course, the 10th anniversary movie The Best line. And the most recent releases are the Leader Class Optimus Prime, as well as Voyager Class Grimlock from Age of Extinction, as well as the Deluxe Class Strafe. And so I'm just going to share with you a couple of photos that he's posted. And we're going to start off with Optimus Prime in the vehicle mode. Very detailed. Check out that detail on the front. And we've already seen this before, because this is a Leader Class Optimus Prime. And this is like a premium version of itself. And I can't tell what the differences are just because I don't have the APS-01 with this one. So there's probably some differences, probably really subtle. It's kind of pointless to buy, you know, like this if you already have the APS-01, but maybe if there are some differences that we can see side by side, we can know what it is. Looks really good here. Comes with the two blades and also comes with the hooks. Moving on, his Grimlock, we're going to start off with this close-up shot, and then here he is. Now, here he is with the mini Optimus Prime. Now, what's really interesting is that these are not accurate colors to the movie, but it looks good. There's something about Japanese designers that they know what goes good in terms of the design and colors, and they demonstrated it really well right here. This looks good. It's not a movie accurate design, but it looks really, really nice. Here's the scale comparison between Grimlock and Optimus. And there's Optimus. It's still very, very detailed for a tiny little minifigure, and you can tell that there's articulation there. And there he is sitting with Grimlock. Here's Strafe. Now, this looks really good. He's got Bumblebee, and I really like those. I think those are clear wings. And there they are together in beast mode, Dinobot mode. And here they are as robots. And like I said before, it looks really, really good. So there you have it. Now let's talk about that exclusive IMAX sneak peek, and what is that all about? First of all, it's happening on April 4th in select cities, in select IMAX theaters in your city. So just because maybe your city has 4 IMAX screens, it doesn't mean that all of them are showing them, or even at all. They selected specific cities for it to happen. I was fortunate to have this happen in not exactly my city, but just like a 30-minute drive away, which is not that bad. And this sneak peek is no different than when they did that Doctor Strange sneak peek back in October. And I think the reason why they're doing this, and this is a great strategy for IMAX, is that first of all, IMAX wants to promote the fact that it needs to be seen on an IMAX screen if it is available in your city. Because they filmed with IMAX cameras, it's optimized for the best picture and sound quality. So they want people to get to understand that. And to top things off, they're doing a lot of new things with this movie, just like how they're doing new things with Doctor Strange introducing a new character. This is a great opportunity to just give the fans a chance to understand that they're doing something awesome and it's going to be shown on the big screen. Now, apparently, the exclusive IMAX sneak peek event is, I've heard half an hour. I've also heard 24 minutes. I've read, and nobody actually said it to me. I didn't hear it. I read it. I read 24 minutes and I read 30 minutes. So at the end of the day, it's around that time, okay? And within that time, it's going to be a combination of never before seen behind the scenes footage, as well as new footage that we've never seen before, and which also comes in not just a sizzle reel, but also like complete scenes. And I'm pretty sure that those complete scenes are not going to be like complete in the sense that it's going to show out like a whole 10-minute scene. Probably just like a full 1-minute scene, another full minute scene, and then followed by just non-stop like Michael Bay spectacle. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's being shown. Now, I'd like to give a big shout out to Alvaro, because I didn't even point this out, or I didn't even pick up on this, but like here's my pass right here. Okay, I got it printed out, but right on here is actually the cast. And I'm just going to read this to you, what he pointed out to me. Mark Wahlberg, Stanley Tucci, Isabella Moner, Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson, John Turturro, Laura Haddock, Anthony Hopkins, Santiago Cabrera, Liam Garrigan, Gerard Carmichael, and Mitch Pileggi. Now, it's already been announced that Tyrese Gibson and John Turturro are in this film. But, of course, it's a nice reminder that they are in the, they're like, like credited, like right in the very, very front. You know what I'm saying? Because their characters, in my opinion, based on what we've seen in behind the scenes footage, is that it seems kind of minor because we haven't actually seen any of the filming, at least taking place outdoors, where there are never any snapshots of Tyrese and John Turturro actually being there. So in that case, it really makes me believe that their roles are a lot smaller than we think. But the fact that they have them like credited like this with Mark Wahlberg, Stanley Tucci, and also Stanley Tucci, the fact that they have them credited like this really shows me that, okay, not only are they in it, but the roles are a little bit bigger than what I originally thought. So that's awesome. Thank you to Alvaro for pointing that out. Now, I'd like to refer to these questions right here. I mean, these comments. This is from Heroic Static. Wait, are they showing a 30 to 20 minute spoilers? And also, what's it to ya? Will you spoil it for us? Please do. I will spoil it for you gladly. Now, keep in mind what I will be telling you guys is that they are spoilers. When I watched the IMAX exclusive event, it's considered spoilerish because not only are we getting full scenes, but we're getting scenes that you won't be able to see online. Like, these scenes are not publicly available. So after I watch the IMAX exclusive event, I will post a video, but those, the contents of that video will be spoilerish. So for those that got to see the IMAX exclusive event, I will share with you my thoughts about it. Okay? And then for those that haven't seen it, I will put a spoiler warning on it, and then you will be able to hear my thoughts on it, even though you don't know what the hell is going to happen. As for those that don't want to be spoiled, you should stay away from that video, mainly because everything that I tell you will most likely be things that you're better off finding out in the actual film. So, will I spoil it for you guys? Yes, I will. But for those that don't want to be spoiled, you have the option of not watching that video. All right, so I will put spoiler warnings on it. Now, that's something that that's going to be really, really exciting. The thing is that I actually read about some things that are already in the sneak peek. If you look hard enough, and I did a little bit of Googling, if you look hard enough, you can actually find some people that actually talked about it. I don't think they're supposed to talk about it, but some people did talk about it. And I think they're only supposed to talk about it after April 4th. Or at least after CinemaCon, which is happening in a couple of days. So, there's information about that sneak peek already out there. I've read some of it. Once I watch it on IMAX, I will probably have forgotten about all of that. I will be focused so much on what I'm about to see. But the fact is that some of that information is already out there, leaked. And what I read is pretty exciting. Okay, it's pretty awesome. So, that's all I got to say about that. I would like to now give a big shout out to Geek Out Now. She pointed out that Transformers Last Night, based on this Spanish Wikipedia site, is 215 minutes long. Now, what is 215 minutes long? That's 3 hours and 45 minutes. With another 15 minutes, this film will be 4 hours long, but I don't entirely believe this. I know it's going to be a long movie. I just don't believe it's 3 hours and 45 minutes long. That makes no sense. I think there's an error here, but I'm not surprised if it is just under 3 hours. After all, I mean, Paramount Pictures approved a 2 hour and 45 minute Transformers sequel called Age of Extinction. So I'm not surprised if it's under 3 hours or over 2.5 hours, but I'm shocked to know that it says right here 3 hours and 45 minutes. That's ridiculous. James Cameron has not even made a film that long. But anyways, don't always believe what you see on the internet, especially on user-filled informational sites like Wikipedia and IMDb. For the most part, I trust these sites, but when it's this early before the release of the film, it's something that you take with a grain of salt. The last shout out I want to give is to Silent Motion Pictures, and I just really appreciate comments like this. Love your recent vids, Alex. You're keeping the TF fan base alive. Thank you so much, Silent Motion Pictures. I really appreciate comments like this, just because you acknowledge the fact that I am doing what I intend to do, and that is to keep the fandom alive. Because what else are we gonna do as we wait for this film? I've been wanting to talk about the Transformers live action films for a while, but I really don't have anybody to talk to about this, except for you guys. Because I'll be completely honest, most of my friends, they're G1 fanboys, and they hate the Michael Bay films, so I really don't talk to them about that talk about it with them. I don't talk about it with them at all, because I know what's gonna happen, so I avoid that altogether. But I enjoy talking about it with people who are also fans of the Michael Bay live action Transformers franchise. So that's why this series exists. I just want to get my thoughts out there and then just create a discussion. I actually enjoy reading all your comments, your responses, your tweets. They're a lot of fun to read, just because it shows me that there are people out there who enjoy it just as much as I do. So thank you so much for the compliments. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this episode. The next episode is about Onslaught. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's happening. And there you have it. That's all I got to say in this episode. As always, if you enjoyed this episode and you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. And they ravage a whole lot of Cybertron. There's a lot of war. And they actually forced the Knights of Cybertron to carry out their sinister whims.